This is Bill Morton, president of the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce and co-host of Community Unity Now, the D Tycoon Show. I'd like to introduce Pastor Roy B. Yarber, Jr.
That's me.
Of King of Kings MB Church and sculpture artist.
Yes.
So we're here today to speak about your art.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us how you got started with your art?
Well, the art started really years ago when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the third grade. I was born down south, and we were at integrated schools,
mm-hmm.
and they were square dancing, and they wouldn't allow us to square dance together.
They wouldn't allow, I understand.
The black and white,
mm-hmm.
and so I refused to square dance, so they made me stay in classes at recess because I wouldn't.
They're punishing you.
Punishing me.
Wow.
My mom always told me about the cross and Jesus, so I would take wood,
Mm-hmm.
and in my recess, the period, I would make crosses because she said it was victory, and that relaxed me.
Okay.
So it started really there, and then when I got cancer,
Mm-hmm.
before I started treatment, I started going through walking in the preserves, and I started seeing dead wood, so I started making crosses,
Mm-hmm.
and it elevated from crosses to clay and other things.
So you're walking through the forest preserve or the woods.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing this dead wood that fell off trees.
Mm-hmm.
You're binding them into crosses. Are you leaving the crosses in the forest preserve?
No,
Are you taking them with you?
I take the crosses with me
Mm-hmm.
because the dead wood I have to shellac and
Mm-hmm.
take off the dead bark and finish it up and make it a beautiful cross.
Okay. So when you were in school and you were being punished, horrible thing. What were you binding the crosses with?
Wood.
There was
I would
wood.
get limbs that had fallen off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on the ground.
Limbs.
Yeah, limbs of tree limbs. And I would just make little mini crosses. And I remember one of the teachers saw it. She said, "Where did you get that?" And I said, "I made it." And it just amazed her. And she started having me to make crosses for the classes.
So later on in life, how much later on when you were diagnosed with cancer and you were in the woods and you were continuing with your crosses?
12 years ago, they gave me 7 years to live. So they said I was going to go through treatment. And I said, well, I'm going to get a jump on this radiation and all that. And I said, I'm going to start walking through the woods. So I would see limbs. And I picked up the limbs and took them home, and I started making crosses. It was a comfort. It comforted me.
You know, that might have saved your life.
Yes, it helped. It helped. It gave me, it just relaxed me. When I started going through radiations and all the other treatment, I would go back and get more crosses. And pretty soon I had over 100, 200 crosses.
So you do sculptures,
Yes.
heads and busts.
Yes.
You use different materials.
Yes.
And you can tell me a little bit about that process and what subject material you're making your sculptures of.
It starts with clay. I get a box of clay. That started with, I remember when they gave me 7 years to live, and the kids, my children, my boys was crying, and I told them that Dad's going to be around, and I told them to go get me a box of clay. And there was a rock by the yard, and I got the rock, and I sculptured Job. And ever since then, I've been doing sculptures. That was 12 years ago. They gave me 7 years to live, and I'm 12 years, I'm still here.
Job, due to your challenges?
Job in the Bible, who went through torment and pain and suffering. So I did him because I went through some rough times.
And how long did it take to do your first sculpture of Job?
Job, it took me 3 hours, 2 hours. No more than 2 hours. To do the sculpture piece, it doesn't take me long. So once I see it, I have it imagined in my mind, I can do it within a few hours.
And then it kept on going.
It kept going. I did Job, and the more I did, I said, I started out saying, I'm going to, since you're giving me 7 years to live, I'm going to create the whole Bible. And to make a long story short, I've got maybe 10 scenes of the Bible to finish. And the reason I use clay and I have a foundation, I use ceramic tile to make that scene. So I've made almost all the scenes in the Bible except 10 or 15 pieces.
So the Last Supper, I've seen your work, The Last Supper, and it looked like that was your tile for the table, and then you had them all around.
All around.
It wasn't just on one side; they were all around.
All around. I've done that. I've done Noah's Ark. I've got a big ship, not a big ship, but the size of this table, with animals on each side. On the side, I did, again, basically the whole Bible. But it's what I wanted to do. I wanted people to see the art, see the Bible. And now, not only can they read it, but they can see each piece in each part of the Bible. And then it escalated until me doing faces.
It just resembles to me like the Stations of the Cross, where you can see the art.
Yes.
And you can walk the art.
Yes, that's what you're doing. People come in and it's a ministry. They turn their lives over by watching the art. They're seeing pieces that they can identify with. And not only the biblical, but the historical. Being down south, I have a lot of historical pieces with a man picking cotton. I have slavery pieces with chains and bondage and deliverance. So it's historical, biblical, present, and even future in some
Before we
places.
get out of the biblical, because there is one piece I do want to mention. There's Jesus with the crown of thorns.
Whoa, yes.
And that is hardcore.
Yes.
Because you've got those. How long are those nails? And they're actual metal nails.
Metal nails. I've got two. You only seen one. I've got one with nails and barbed wire. The nails are an inch and a half. I've got another with rope and turkey sticks.
With what?
Turkey sticks. It just came to me. I've got it's a bus with Jesus' face, with rope around it, and sticks and turkey sticks as thorns.
Okay.
That's the one that's really amazing. You saw the one with the nails.
I saw the one with the nails, and I thought that was very hardcore.
Oh yes, oh yes. And it's so amazing. I did the one, and I used glue, and I put glue, and it dripped down his eyes, and I was about to wipe off the glue. There it is.
Those are the turkeys. That's the turkey
That's it.
sticks. So if you didn't know what the turkey sticks were, that's Jesus with the
That's it.
crown of thorns, turkey sticks.
And the tears. And I was about to wipe the tears, and my wife said, "Don't wipe the tears." And that it touches people when they say it.
That's wonderful. I have a friend who's a bishop, and he was scheduled to perish after what he went through many years ago. And he's one of the last in his class to survive. And he's still with us. So I think that's just a wonderful thing. Don't write yourself off. When they say you're going to die, don't write yourself off. It's very important to find something to do, keep your health, keep your sanity, keep your composure if you can, and keep on going on. And you can do it. This pastor is proof.
Amen.
Okay, so let's talk about your other figures. We're moving from the biblical to what?
To President Obama. It came to me, and I said, "Some said, do President Obama." And once I see your eyes, I saw his eyes. Once I saw his eyes, I had the rest of his body, the rest of his face.
Sure.
I did him. I've done Michelle, Obama. I've done Deion Sanders. I mean,
I've seen Oprah.
Yes.
With the big glasses, Oprah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chance the Rapper. Michael Jordan. I mean, I've got probably 15 or 20 just faces.
And it seems very, from what you've described, it seems very Chicago-centric.
Yeah. There's a few.
Everyone you mentioned.
There's a few pieces like Deion Sanders, Magic Johnson, Muhammad Ali, some of those, but most of them are right here in Chicago.
And your piece, your Muhammad Ali piece, it says Ali. It just says Ali.
Yes.
But before I saw that, I just saw his face. That's Muhammad Ali.
Oh, yeah.
It's very recognizable. It's very realistic. You definitely have to check it out.
Oh, yeah. That's, once I see the eyes and see that person, I'm tuned in. And the wife said, leave him alone. He doesn't drink water. He doesn't eat. I have to be focused and feel that person. The thing about me, a lot of young people, they're artists. I don't even consider myself an artist. No. I consider it a gift. A lot of people create art. I've lived my art. So it's a gift that was given me because, again, I did a little bit crosses, a little bit in high school, but now I can see it. But the buses, I get into them, and I want every detail. One of the ones I just did, I did Willie Wilson.
Dr. Willie Wilson.
Dr. Willie
Our
Wilson.
friend Dr. Willie Wilson. Yes.
I did him. He came, and it blew him away because he said, I have to take it with me.
Of course. Of course he did.
I did. And I did some things with the Chicago Police Department. Vasquez, if you noticed, it was on Channel 9. I did his face.
Do you want to just tell the viewers the story?
Well, Vasquez, he was killed. A gentleman shot him a couple of years ago. Last year, or again, my memory's not there. But I saw his wife grieving and the parents. And it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and I told the wife, and I have a couple of police officers that's with me. I told the wife, I see this man's face. It kept showing his face.
On the news.
On the news. And I said, I have to do it. And so I got up at 2 o'clock in the morning, I started. And I worked until that evening. When I got through, I told a couple of my officers, Officer Keith and Irving and his wife, they're detectives, and they brought it to the police department, and they wanted it. And I presented it to his mom and his wife. And it's a good piece. It's a good piece I presented to him.
You must have hundreds of pieces at this point.
I've got about 400 pieces. 400. It's enough that it'll keep you there for hours.
And where is there?
It's at the church. It's at King of Kings Missionary Baptist Church in Linwood, Illinois. We're at 2895 Glenwood Lansing Road. The church is full of art. We have rooms. I have rooms that's nothing but art. When you step in, there's nothing but art.
And this is available for public viewing?
Public viewing. Yes,
right.
We would love it. As a matter of fact, people have come in, and to give you one, I saw a young veteran digging out of a trash can. And it touched me and hurt me, and I did him. I saw a young gang member with a gun, and I saw his gun. And I told him, I said, young man, I'm going to create you. I did him. He came and saw it. He turned his life around.
So the gang member and the homeless veteran who should be treated much better.
Yes.
The gang member who maybe he was indoctrinated through his family.
Yes.
And feels like he has nothing better in life and no other choice.
Yes.
You gave them the attention they needed.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't only give them attention, but I helped them. I showed them, this is you. The gang member, I did I created a tombstone. I created a question mark, and I put life and death. I got him with his pants down with a 38 and with his hat. And I told him, which one you're going to choose, life or death, and I'm here to help you.
You showed him it afterwards.
Oh, I showed him. I said, this is you. Now, one of the you're going to either live or you're going to die. Which one you're going to choose? And I told him, I'm here to help you. Let's live. And he turned his life over to Christ.
What a great story.
Oh yeah, there's
a great story.
There's more stories. This is just the tipping of the iceberg.
You have a website. What is your website?
Soul to Soul Artistry.com.
Soul to Soul Artistry.com.
Two T-O.
T-O. S-O-U-L.
S-O-U-L.
T-O.
S-O-U-L.
S-O-U-L.
Artistry.
Artistry.com.
That the website only shows maybe 10% of the art.
The rest you have to come and see yourself.
You have to come see. You only see, you don't see, but maybe 10%. But if you want to come see it, that's
and we've got some examples on the screen right now.
Wow.
It's really wonderful work and it's cool. And you got to see it in person.
And that was done with just a little phone camera. It's nothing professional because I did it right quick.
Right.
You have to see it because the art, you should feel it. It should touch you. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to touch you and move you and do something with your life and make you feel better and want to do better.
So you survived. You're surviving.
Still here.
You're still here. Congratulations. I'm so happy about that. So what's in the future for you?
The future. I just turned 69. I'm hoping that my life, I'm hoping that the art would touch somebody's life like the head artist, God touched my life. Just like I refurbish dead wood and make it something beautiful. I'm hoping my life and my story and my living touch somebody's life and make them beautiful.
Well, we've got an audience here. Everyone in the city of Chicago, you know they're watching. And I really hope that you can visit the website. And I hope that you can visit the location. Give us the address again slowly, please.
2895 Glenwood Lansing Road in Linwood, Illinois. The number is 708-889-WORD.
Okay. Wonderful. Any speaking of word, any parting words before we conclude?
Any parting words? My saying to every young man, and not even young man, women and men, is never give up. Never stop living. Always look up. Never look down on yourself, because God can bring you through anything. That's my parting words.
Pastor Roy B. Yarber, Jr. of King of Kings MB Church. What does MB stand for?
Missionary Baptist Church.
King of Kings Missionary Baptist Church. Thank you so much for joining us, and
It's been a pleasure.
wishing you continued health and art.
Hi.
This is Bill Morton, president of the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce, for Catherine Brown, D. Tycoon, the progenitor of this show. Trudy Leong is administrator of the Rogers Park Chamber of Commerce. She'll be with us on the next one, and she's our co-host. And I just want to thank you all for watching. And I hope that you have a very healthy and artsy day. Have a good one.